To the people of Baltimore and the demonstrators across America, I heard your call for no justice, no peace. Your peace is sincerely needed as I work to deliver justice on behalf of this young man. To those that are angry, hurt, or have their own experiences of injustice at the hands of police officers, I urge you to channel the energy peacefully as we prosecute this case. I have heard your calls for no justice, no peace. However, your peace is sincerely needed as I work to deliver justice on behalf of Freddie Gray.
All right, folks, Marilyn Mosby announcing the charges today, as was documented in the previous segment. Joining us now, Christopher Parker, professor of social justice and political science at the University of Washington. He's also the author of Change They Can't Believe In, the Tea Party and the Reactionary Politics in America. Welcome back to the show, Christopher.
Hey, Steve, I'm really sorry about the technological.
No, that's okay. No problem. Technology is a wonderful thing, except when it doesn't work right. Anyway, so I want you to hear one more bite from Marilyn Mosby. This is something she said also this morning in Baltimore. Let's listen.
To the youth of this city, I will seek justice on your behalf. This is a moment. This is your moment. Let's ensure that we have peaceful and productive rallies that will develop structural and systemic changes for generations to come. You're at the forefront of this cause, and as young people, our time is now.
Our time is now. You know what, Christopher, I got to tell you something. I don't know, I'm not a lawyer, but I would love to know if that's admissible in court. I know interviews are admissible in court. Our time is now? Is she part of a movement, or is her responsibility, her profession, to get to the legal bottom, legally, based on evidence of what happened here, or is she the leader of a social justice movement?
Well, I don't think, Steve, that she considers herself or thinks herself a leader of a social justice movement. She's just trying to seek justice, Steve, based on what's been happening in America for the last, not only for the last
but Christopher, you're making my point. She has no concern with what's going on in America. She's filing these charges based on this case.
Well, but I mean, everything has context, does it not, Steve? I mean, come on, we're all human beings, are we not? Everything has context.
Really? So but when a prosecutor says something or does something on the other way, if it went the other way, if you had a prosecutor, a white guy, said, well, you know what? We've seen the false charges against police around the country, in Ferguson, in New York, and what happened with Trayvon Martin. And this is another example, no wrongdoing, there'll be no charges, and let's lead us a charge across the country. Your time has come, police, against false charges. Oh my God, right, Christopher?
But Steve, let's be for real. Trayvon Martin had nothing to do with the police.
I'm just saying.
I understand it. I understand the general gist of it. So look, I mean, everything has context, right? I mean, you know, these decisions aren't arrived at in a vacuum. It's impossible for that to happen. Steve, we have to think about the context. Now, I understand what you're saying. The facts of the case should be the facts of the case. Context be damned. But come on, Steve, we live in a real world, and context matters.
All right, well, the context is there was no wrongdoing in Ferguson. There was no wrongdoing in New York. Trayvon Martin, though it wasn't a cop case, he was found not guilty. I mean, so, you know, I mean, so let it be in that context of overreaction, jumping to conclusions, and no wrongdoing.
But Steve, wait a second now. Now, you deleted a few key cases. What about the case of Tamir Rice in Cleveland? What about that case?
The 12-year-old?
Right. The 12-year-old kid that got shot.
So far, no, there have been no charges brought. The cops were called because there was a person with... Wait, the cops were called because there was someone with a gun. The cops responded. They saw someone with a gun. They didn't know it was a kid. He had the gun up, and they said...
They didn't know it was a kid. Steve, the kid was 12 years old.
Doesn't matter if they did or didn't. The kid had a gun. They said, drop the gun. He didn't. They have a right to shoot. Now, that is yet to be charged or not charged, but you're bringing up instances where cops are threatened by a gun.
Steve, now let's be real. Okay, so the Vincent Gray case, was he threatened with a gun, Steve?
Which one's Vincent Gray?
Did he have a gun? Did he have a... Well, Freddie Gray, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
The guy...
No, but I'm talking about but I'm talking about a prosecutor here who seems like she's more interested in leading a movement and saying our time has come. Man, if I'm the defense attorney, I'm playing that to the jury. Our time has come.
So what is the big deal? So that's what she says. As long as she is fair in the judicial process, as long as he goes by the evidence, Steve, then what difference does it make that she says that?
Because she's already tainting a jury pool. She's already tainting a jury pool.
Okay, but you know what? That's her problem, right?
Well, no, it's the defendant's problem. It's the defendant's problem.
But listen, Steve, will you not at least acknowledge that we have a problem in this country? This is not by coincidence. Are you going to suggest, Steve, right here and right now, that all of this is just a coincidence? Is that what you're going to tell me?
All of what is a coincidence?
All these black men, these unarmed black men getting shot. What about the guy in South Carolina?
Well, give me an example of who got shot. Okay, sure, South Carolina, that looks awful, and the guy probably is going to go to jail, deservedly so. But when a thug disobeys a cop and like Michael Brown, and grabs his gun and fires it and runs and then charges the cop, guess what? He's going to wind up dead.
Okay. All right, let's say,
Final word, 10 seconds. Final word, Christopher. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. Oh, final word on this? I think she's doing her job.
All right, fair enough. Christopher, I want to talk to you more about this. Thank you, Christopher Parker. We're coming back with more of the show. Don't go away.